Welcome back to True Story Animations Part 7. Today we're looking at my girlfriend started having lots of money and she didn't want to tell me how she got it. So anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Pretty questionable things and confusing things happened as usual, so you just might want to watch it all the way to the end. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get started.
My girlfriend Tanya and I were both hardworking people.
Oh, these two are a match made in heaven.
Because of our similarity.
First off, these two are a match made in heaven, as in they both do the same type of stuff. They'll both work hard, they both work everything off to get what they want. Match made in heaven.
The schedule, status, and taste in music.
Nice.
But no matter how hard we worked, we were always short on money, as most of it went on rent of 2 apartments and food. We were talking about living together to cut the costs, but we weren't being able to manage time. That was why we didn't have much money most of the time, and even if we saved a little, Tanya would spend it on meaningless items. And to add to the money problem, we were already on loan, so I was having a really hard time.
Oh, no, that
but
sucks.
I was happy
Plus
Tanya was
loans
with me
and
no
everything.
matter what. One day, Tanya came to my apartment to discuss something. I was pretty clueless about what she wanted to discuss, but I was curious. I wanted to tell you that I'm going out of town for a week, she said as she settled in. What? Where? I asked, as I was concerned why she would make plans all of a sudden, and that too alone. But before we move...
It seems pretty suspicious. It's either she's going to do something shady, probably, or she's going to do something for him or something. I hope she doesn't do anything shady.
Fine. Like this video, hit that subscribe button,
guys
and
already know what
activate
to
the
do.
notification bell, and your crush will reveal their deepest and darkest secrets to you.
He's not joking. If you guys subscribe and like this video, your crush will reveal the deepest and darkest secrets to you, okay? Subscribe, like the video. If you're new here, I post the type of videos maybe every single day. We'll see, okay? We'll see.
Trust me, it works. It's not important. You need to
I guarantee
trust me
you guys
on this,
it works.
she
It works
said,
very
and
well.
hurried out of my place. I knew she rushed to get out to avoid being questioned, but I trusted her, and I thought she would tell me about it later. And
Yeah, that's
to be
what you
honest,
guys should
I had
have.
no other
This is what all of you guys should have in your relationships, okay? Trust. Trust is the foundation of every relationship. If you don't trust someone and you expect to have a lifelong relationship with them, then it won't matter, because if you don't trust somebody and you know you guys might have a long life relationship, then you might as well just stop right there. If you don't trust them, then just stop the relationship, that friendship right there. It won't take you anywhere, I promise you. Not like it's happened to me, okay? We'll talk about that later.
choice. So I waited for her to come back, but it was really hard maintaining my patience, especially because I didn't hear from her throughout the week.
Oh.
I even tried calling and left a text, but got nothing in return. And because of that,
Maybe she didn't have
I
any
lost all
service
my
or
focus
anything.
from work,
I'm not
wondering
sure.
where she went and why. The week had passed, and I
Always
still hadn't
trust
gotten any
the
texts
people
from
that
her.
you
So
that you
I
love,
went to her
okay, and you
apartment
care
to
about.
check if
Always
she had
trust.
returned, but the apartment was still locked. And although I had the key, I didn't want to go in because I didn't want to be more disappointed than I already was. So I returned to my apartment feeling a little down. But when I went inside, I felt like someone was already in there. So I rushed to turn the lights on and saw Tanya.
Oh,
She had been there for hours just to
at least she was
surprise me.
waiting for you
And
at
not
your
only
house.
that,
Okay,
she had
she's a
brought
good
gifts
girlfriend.
for
Okay.
me, expensive ones.
Oh, that's
You took
cute.
a long time to
That's
get
so
back
nice.
from work, she questioned. Yeah, I stopped by your place on my way, I replied. I was very happy she was finally back and that I would get to know where she had been.
Yeah,
So I asked her,
you guys can talk
will
it
you
out.
tell me where you went now? Hey, let's go out to a nice place to get dinner, she said, pretending she didn't hear my question at all. But I knew she was avoiding having to answer.
She's hiding
I had
something.
no idea
just,
why.
just trust her, okay?
Come on, let's go out, she said again as I didn't answer her the first time. Babe, we don't have that kind of money. We need to save for 2 months before making such purchases, I replied and felt bad about my financial condition. You don't
It's
have to
cool,
worry
bro.
about it. I'll handle it, she said and took me out to a fancy restaurant. We had the fanciest meal we ever had since we started dating. However, my mind was hung up on how my girlfriend got the money for all of it. But since we were both having a good time, I decided to save the questions for later and enjoy. And when
Just
we reached
enjoy your
home,
date for
that
now,
was
okay?
the first thing I did. Hey, Tanya, how do we get money for all this? First the gifts and then the dinner? I asked. I was saving some on the side for a while, she said, and added that she was tired and went to sleep. But I knew something was fishy. First, she was not being truthful because
Okay, I'm getting very suspicious of her right now. It's either she did something shady, illegal, or I don't even know. Maybe she robbed a bank or something, because she just has all this money all of a sudden. Or maybe she got I don't know, like passed down to her from her grandma or her mom or something. I don't know. Maybe that happened.
I would know if she was saving. And second, she was ignoring most of my questions, especially about the week she went away. There must be a
You
connection
guys really
between
need
her
to talk
going
this
away
out,
and
okay?
having a lot of money all of a sudden, I thought. But at the same time, I trusted her, and being suspicious seemed wrong. But what
Yeah.
else could I have done? So, to get rid of the suspicions in my head, I decided to find out the truth on my own. And for that, I made a plan to follow her without her knowing and keep an eye on where she went. The first 2 days of following her around felt like such a waste. She just went to her work and later came back to her apartment.
Don't
And
you
that
have
caused
work
me to lose
also?
2 of my working days for nothing. I had asked my friend Nick.
So he lost 2 full days of a good day's pay and work just because he was following his girlfriend, just because he didn't trust her. Okay. You guys might just need to talk this out,
For
okay?
that, I had to discuss my reasons with him. So I told him how my girlfriend had gone away without letting me know where and suddenly started to have a lot of money, and the fact that she ignored me when I questioned her. I'll try asking around, see what I find, he said after hearing my side
I don't
of the
trust
story.
this guy.
And I told him that
I really don't trust this guy. I feel like he's up to something shady, but I really don't
I
trust
was
this guy.
grateful for having a friend like him. So on the 3rd day of me following my girlfriend, I was worried that that day too would be a waste like the other 2, but that was not the case. That day,
How is she just not seeing you? I mean, okay. Let's take a roll back. How is she? Look at this distance. It's like what, 6 feet? By the way, you guys should keep on social distancing. The virus is not over yet. Look at this. It's just 6 feet, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure she can still hear your footsteps and maybe see you there. But
just like the other 2,
you know what?
but that was not the
You
case.
guys, Storytime
That
Animated,
day,
you
she
guys do
didn't
whatever
even
you
go
want.
to work. First, she went to the bank. I wonder why. Is someone sending her money through the bank? I thought. But that was something unusual, so I immediately took out my phone and took a picture of her going in. After coming out of the bank, she went to the expensive part of town and bought a lot of expensive stuff, and then went back to her apartment. The pictures I took there were enough to demand an answer from her, and I felt a bit closer to finding out the truth.
This might not be the best thing to do.
So, with a little relief in my heart, I went back to work as there was still a lot of time
spying on
remaining
your
for my
girlfriend.
shift.
Okay,
But when I got there, Nick dropped a bomb on my head. As soon as he saw me coming, he pulled me aside and took out his phone. Man, I found out something about your girl, but before I tell you about it...
First of all, I do not trust Nick. I feel like Nick is up to something very shady. Maybe he wants to split them up. Nick seems like that type of jealous guy who's just gonna find everything that might cause them to break up in the relationship. But I really don't trust Nick, okay? You guys will see. Maybe, hell no.
He said, looking all worried.
This boy...
I was curious about what he was about to say, so I told him to go on and that I would be fine. I found your girlfriend's OnlyFans page. Maybe she's getting all the money from there, he said. It cannot...
I highly doubt. What was her name? Tanya? I think. Tanya, I don't think she has an OnlyFans because... She seems too good to have an OnlyFans. I think you really need to trust your girlfriend, okay?
And showed me the account. I took the phone in my hand and looked at it, and I was shocked to see the account. It had my girlfriend's name and her picture and a racy description.
It's definitely not her.
I hate to break it to you like this, but it's clearly her. If I could pay to watch her content, I'd get access just to show you, he said.
No.
It cannot be her. She wouldn't do this. And even if it is, maybe she's sharing something else and not adult content, I said, trying to give myself hope.
Why would Tanya have an OnlyFans?
With that description? Well, I'm no one to have a say. You can believe what you want, he said and left. He's not wrong, I thought. And as I started believing that she must have been doing something questionable to get the money, I became angrier and angrier. So without waiting even for a second, I rushed out and headed to her apartment. Tanya, I shouted as I reached her apartment. I saw that there were expensive items scattered all over her place and new furniture. She must have sensed the anger in my voice as she came running out of her room just seconds after hearing me.
Obviously.
What is it? Why are you shouting? She asked. I want you to answer what all of these things are and how you got the money for it, I said. And after hearing that, her face went pale. I also want to know where and why you went that 1 week, why you went to the bank today, and how you got all the money all of a sudden to buy expensive stuff, I added. She went all silent and just looked away without saying anything. But I wanted her to speak up.
I think we need to have a conversation with Lil Barry over there. Or maybe his name is Lil Barry. I don't know. Okay, Lil Barry, I'm gonna ask you a question, okay? Do you think that she should be trusted? I really think she should be trusted. Do you think so?
Honestly, I think they should just subscribe.
Good answer. Good on you, mate. Okay, let's continue.
Up. So I decided to say something rude to hurt her intentionally so that she would speak up.
No, do not do that.
Come on, Tanya. No silence. It won't do for me, and no lies. Tell me, did you do something illegal, criminal, or questionable? I said in a very rude manner. She gave me a sad look and started crying, which made me realize that I was a little too much. But then she...
Wow, a little bit too much. You thought that she just did something illegal, questionable, or what was the other thing he said? I don't remember. He said, why would you do something questionable, illegal, or anything? Because, you know, you just have to trust your girlfriend, okay?
also
Just
started
trust her.
spilling everything, so I was a little glad that it worked. She told me that she came from a family of widely known criminals, which she didn't like at all. She didn't like what they did, and she was nothing like them, so she decided to cut ties with them and move to another town as far as she could
That's
from
a
her
good
criminal
choice.
family.
It might not be the safest choice because everyone needs family, because family is the only thing that you have, the closest people to you. So moving away might be the good choice, but it might not be the best choice. You guys know what I'm saying? I feel like she should move, yeah, because it's not good to live with people that you don't want to live with, but also a bad choice because the way of surviving without them might be really hard.
She didn't want anyone to know who her family was, so she made up a fake story about her parents passing away in a car accident and told everyone that story.
Passed away in
me.
a Hyundai.
I was
Honda,
afraid that you
Honda,
wouldn't
whatever
love
you
me
guys
if
say.
you knew, she said in her defense. And then, suddenly, a week before she had left, she got a call from her family lawyer about her grandmother's passing. He told me that she had left me a lot of money in her will,
Wow.
and that he was going to hand it over after the funeral. So I decided to go there for a week, she said, and added that she wouldn't have gone.
See, this is exactly why you should trust your girlfriends, your lovers, whatever, okay? Because there are two sides to every story. The first side is maybe the side that you not really agree with, but the second side always has to be the true side, okay? This two sides to a story, just trust.
If we had not been having such a hard time regarding money. Meanwhile, as she was explaining, I was feeling worse and worse about my behavior, but she kept on speaking. And today, I went to the bank to pay our loans off as that was the first thing I wanted to do. I am so sorry I didn't tell you everything in the beginning, she said, and continued crying even louder.
Oh,
I tried to calm her down, but in my head, I was still wanting an explanation.
I feel like I'm very bad for laughing at this cry.
I'm so sorry I didn't tell you everything in the beginning, she said, and continued crying.
Am I a bad person for laughing at her crying? I feel bad, but seriously?
Even louder. I tried to calm her down, but in my head, I was still wanting an explanation of the OnlyFans account. But she completely stopped talking, so I went on
She
and
definitely
asked, what about your
doesn't have
OnlyFans
an
account?
OnlyFans.
She stopped crying and looked at me. Only what? She questioned and looked somewhat clueless.
Yeah, she's asking,
So
what is an OnlyFans account even?
Showed her the account, and her reaction was completely unexpected. She looked scared, but not the guilty scared, but honest scared. I don't know what this is and who did this. It's not me. You can check all my electronics,
definitely not her.
she said, and begged for me to trust her. Although I had been suspicious all along, after all she had explained, I believed her. So I calmed her down and we decided to visit the cybercrime department of the police first thing next day. And that was what we did. We went to the police and set a complaint about the account for identity theft. The police traced the account back to the perpetrator in no time
this
and
is not good
arrested
for
and
him.
brought him in. And to our surprise, the one posing to be
Nick?
Tanya
Is it
on
Nick?
OnlyFans was no other than Nick.
See,
I felt
I'm always
so
right. That's why you
bad
guys
about
should subscribe
trusting
to
a
me.
snake
Okay, subscribe to
instead
the
of
right
my
people.
girlfriend. I didn't even want to see his face, but I wanted to know why he did what he did. And it wasn't that hard. He easily gave me an answer when I questioned him about it. He confessed to me that he had a crush on Tanya for a very long time. And after he saw trouble in our relationship, he saw a chance to break us up and then get together with her.
Wow.
She deserves a hero like me.
Wow. Jealousy on another level, bro. As in, like, he just had to, like, make them... He had to make sure that they broke up just so he can get together with them. That is jealousy on another level.
Not a loser like you, he screamed as the
Bro,
police
he's
took
not a
him away.
loser, bro.
After that, I apologized to Tanya for a ton of things.
Oh.
Following her, doubting her, and shouting at her. She accepted the apology, admitting it would have never come to it if she had told me everything in the beginning. And then we headed out to have a breakfast date.
Nice.
Thanks for watching. What would you do if your lover started having a lot of money all of a sudden?
Yeah, what would you
Let
do?
us know
Tell me in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and check out other videos on the channel.
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I really learned about trusting people a lot more from that video. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, Click here to watch another True Story Animation playlist. Click here to watch a video specifically catered to you by the YouTube algorithm. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.